the way people communicate with each other beyond the use of language. Nonverbal communication can take many forms. Although nonverbal communication is a universal phenomenon, meanings of nonverbal cues are not, in fact, universal. Effectiveness as an international professional often hinges on understanding what these forms might be and how their meanings may differ between countries. There are types of nonverbal communication which are the kinetics or kinesics, paralanguage, haptics, phonemics, and proxemics. Other types of this form of communication are also present, but as to this video, let us see some examples of each type and their differences in the countries in which they are used.
Kinesics or kinetics, the study of the way in which certain body movements and gestures serve as a form of nonverbal communication. It is any movement that uses body parts such as the different gestures that we use in communicating. It can be classified as an emblem, regulator, illustrator, adapter, or display of feelings.
The gesture "come here." This is used in the United States to ask a person to step forward. But in Asia, this gesture isn't welcome. It should only be used to beckon dogs. If you do it in the Philippines, you could be arrested.
You're under arrest for violating the anti-bastos law. You have the right to remain silent. Come with me.
Also, the horn fingers is adopted by rockers and it is sign of approval. Rock on! In USA, it is even used in slogan and hand signal of some universities in the country. But in many Mediterranean and Latin countries, such as Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Cuba, Spain, Italy, and Portugal,
So your partner with someone else.
Really? Where?
to make this sign at someone is to tell them that their spouse is cheating on them.
Paralanguage refers to the way of saying something. These are the non-speech sounds that speakers can use to modify the meanings of their speech. One of the examples of paralanguage is the silence. Greeks regard silence as refusal, wherein Egyptians use silence to convey consent. The volume at which we speak is also part of the paralanguage, which conveys meanings that varies across cultures. In Britain, for example, people use volume to convey anger, while in India, they use it to command attention.
Phonetics is the study of the use of time and the way that time is perceived and valued by individuals and cultures. These time perceptions include things like punctuality, willingness to wait, approaches to face-to-face interaction, and reaction to time pressure. Different cultures may be considered to be monochronic and polychronic. Monochronic cultures such as the United States, Germany, and Switzerland, Britain, Canada, Japan, South Korea, Turkey, and the Scandinavian countries tends to do one thing at a time, has a religious approach to time, has strict agenda, focus on tasks, completion of job is most important, emphasizes punctuality. On the other hand, polychronic cultures such as Latin American, African, Asian, and Arab cultures, especially countries like Mexico, Pakistan, India, rural China, the Philippines, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia, tends to do multiple activities at home, has a flexible approach to time, has no strict agenda, focus on relationships. Relationships are more important than the job, and punctuality is based on relationships.
In India, they are much more laid back in the way they look at time. Unlike in Japan, it is not unusual for trains or transportation in India to be several hours or even a full day late without creating undue stress and turmoil. In Japan, for example, on time refers to expected delays of less than 1 minute.
Oh gosh, it's already 7:01. I'm late.
While many other countries, such as in the Philippines, up to 15 minutes or so is still considered on time.
just 7:15. I'm still not late.
Haptics is a study of touching and how it is used for communication, handshake, holding hands, kissing, backslapping, high five, brushing, or against someone of past of all have meaning. In the Middle East, heterosexual male friends may hold hands when each other presents a behavior that may be judged as odd in other parts of the world.
In many Arab countries, men frequently touch each other in public or walk arm in arm down the street.
This behavior could suggest a sexual relationship between them in other groups. Also, Americans are most comfortable with a handshake because personal space is important to them.
Sure, this is the phone that I'm going to sell. So it's just 4,500 pesos. So will you get it? Okay, so it's a deal? Deal. Thank you. However, habitants of Europe are generally more touch-inclined than Americans. With the exception of the English, haptics behaviors actually are more scarce in England. French greetings are filled with touch. It is a custom to kiss both cheeks upon greeting someone in France.
So what do you want?
Proxemics. Proxemics is the interrelated observations and theories of man's use of space as a specialized elaboration of culture. Proxemics is a subset of nonverbal communication that refers to the distance between two people that are interacting with each other. This space between two communicating individuals can be an indicator of the relationship between them, the age difference, the difference in the social and monetary status, and etc. There exist 4 types of spatial boundaries. The intimate distance, which is less than 1.5 feet for lovers and partners. Personal space, which is 4 feet and often occurs between friends and family. Social space, which is 12 feet and often occurs between acquaintances, colleagues, and etc. And lastly, public distance, which is 25 feet and often used when interacting with strangers or public safety. For the most part, people in the United States, Canada, the UK, and Nordic countries have the largest personal space requirements. Those living in South America, Europe, Asia have far smaller standards of personal space. In general, people in the United States tend to expect more personal space. It's helpful to try and pick up on social cues. For example, if you are speaking with someone who takes a step back, you may be too close to him or her without realizing it. Don't take offense. It just means you have different concepts of personal space.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good too.
What program are you taking up again?
I'm currently taking science medical courses.
Oh, same.
But in terms of meeting or when carrying out a discussion, Europeans and North Americans stand quite closer. So let's start our meeting. Our agenda for today's meeting is about the net income of our company for this month. Simone, can you please discuss to us our net income for this month? While Japanese people stand 4 to 5 feet apart from each other in the same scenario. Our agenda for today is about... Thank you for watching.
You're under arrest. violating the anti-bastos law. You have ano?
Sige, sige. Hindi yan, mali yung pakamay mo eh. Ganyan, no? Yung mali, ganyan. Action! Yay! Yay! Yay na! Oh! Ayan. One, two, three, action! Three, action! Sige na, huwag titingin. Ayan na. Action.
Things like punctuality. It's the study of the use of time in the way what.
Action. Action.
Mano po. Mano po.
Slapping ba? Gusto half slapping ba to? Back slapping?
Back slapping.
High five. Brushing and up.
Hugging someone or parts all help me.
Pats lang. Pats lang.
Ay, pats ba? Pats ba to?
Pats ba yan? Pats?
Pat. Pat. Yung ganon. First with interacts with fear.
Go!
I just met you.
This is crazy.
But here's my number.